Hey everybody, welcome to Marvel Movie News. My name is Matt Key. Today we are talking about the X-Men. We're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. We're talking Deadpool. We're talking Iron Fist and Thor and so much. Sit right there. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Marvel Movie News.
No notes.
Yeah.
No
But
notes.
and it was good. It was like
Crescendo.
Yeah, and it took us right into the episode.
right into the episode. Yeah.
Felt right.
Yeah.
I'm like Tony the Tiger. Marvel.
You know, you had it. I was with you.
Yeah.
And then the serial dad jokes. I like serial jokes and dad jokes.
Hey,
combining them.
listen. The older you get,
Everything's a dad joke?
everything starts becoming. You lose timing. You lose your sense of humor, completely.
I do enjoy how you're completely matching from like the top of your head to the
Am I
bottom of your
really?
feet. Yeah, you've got a gray and blue thing going on everywhere.
That's like
Good choice.
I guess those are my colors. I guess.
Yeah. Important news.
I'm a winter.
These are news items.
Super important.
Men
news.
dressing well.
Marvel.
The tuft of hair, the blue, it's just put together well. Brittany's a lucky lady.
She is, isn't she?
He is.
Anyway, we are the Marvel Movie News. This is episode 120. 120 episodes. We are good at this. We are coming to you live from the Royal City of Adelan. I thought that was appropriate given the news today. We tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News or find us at youtube.com/Popcorn Talk Network. Also on their website, popcorntalknetwork.com, on Twitter at Marvel News PTN or at the Popcorn Talk. Also on Facebook.com/Marvel News Show.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're everywhere. We should probably form an Instagram, maybe. Do people like
That would be
Instagram?
fun.
I'm obsessed with it.
I like my Instagram.
Form us an Instagram, Markia. Go do it now.
Right now.
Show comes back with Instagram. Matt thinks it's a physical place. Go make us an Instagram.
Go to Instagram. Bring us back one.
Go to Instagram. Bring us back one of their packages.
P.O. Box Instagram.
Guys, if you'll tweet a link out to our show with a message telling people about the live chat, Steven, we've got a Steven today in the booth where we retweet you.
Steven in the booth. Who we have to name.
We have to name. Do we want to let the live chat do it, or do we just want to call him Doctor Strange?
I mean,
I don't think he should be. What?
Live
what,
chat.
Steven?
Live chat.
Yeah, live chat. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, live chat.
We need
All
some
right.
creative names. Come on. You guys can do it.
The voice you're hearing, by the way, is Oliver, our associate producer, and our social media guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
he sits on the
excited.
cosmic couch. He's one of our heralds, and he's with Apocalypse and
Yes.
Great.
Juggernaut.
But who's
Oh,
this
boys.
guy? Who's this guy
Oh,
next
he's-
to me?
I'm gonna name.
I
I'm just
don't know.
everybody else.
I know.
He-
Hold on.
He talked and he wasn't on camera. I haven't introduced myself yet. Just everyone calm down. I know what I'm doing.
I don't need it.
120 shows, guys. I can do this.
Yeah, I think
Man,
you're
Oliver,
rocking it.
what is going on?
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key. We're joined by Markia McCarty at MarkiaMcCarty.
Yeah,
Is
absolutely.
it Y or Y?
Yeah,
Y?
it's-
Y.
It's the first one.
Y.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And
It's spelled differently if the inflection's off. That's the
Yes,
problem.
absolutely.
The alphabet changes everything.
the douchebag talking to me over there is Coy Jandro at CoyJandreau.
It only took 4 minutes to earn a name. I got here.
And you've heard Steven in the booth, and Colt Badeau is tweeting from the Starjammer as always. Thank you, Colt. Oliver, do we have any names yet for Steven?
Mobius? Sinister Six?
Sinister.
I don't know. We'll wait. Let's wait.
We'll wait. All right. For now, you're Steven. I hope that's okay with you,
Yeah.
Steven.
Yeah, Sinister sounds good. You know, I got a pretty good evil laugh.
Sinister.
You're only
Steven.
one person,
You beat
Steven.
all of the Sinister Six.
Wow, that is pretty.
Definitely a
Sinister.
villain.
Yeah, pretty sinister. All right, let's get into it. As always, when there's Deadpool news, we start with Deadpool because we have to keep Coy's attention. Deadpool,
There's so many
Deadpool, Coy, Deadpool. Deadpool 2. We got some news. Right now, I'm going to continue to say that this is in the realm of rumor, but it seems to be relatively confirmed. Relatively, did I use that right? Whatever. Drew Goddard is now working on the Deadpool 2 script. So, this came from Frosty over at Collider. Steve Weinberg, I believe is his name, but he goes by Frosty, Star Collider. He's in the know. He knows a lot of people. Really good guy. He said last week that Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick were still extremely involved with the script, but that Goddard has been brought on as a consultant. And as he says, from what I'm hearing, Ryan Reynolds and the writers have been bunkered down, working on the script together, trying to cross the finish line and create something everyone is excited to make.
Okay.
When I heard that they were no longer writing it, which was a rumor for like 48 hours in a news cycle, I was
it was 24 hours,
quick.
yeah.
I was very concerned. But then the idea of Drew Goddard, who's brilliant, being brought in as an addition fills me with glee.
See,
Okay.
when I first read the news, I never assumed that Rhett or Wernick were Rhett Reese.
I didn't assume until it was spelled out, and then I was like, this seems no.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, they're bringing in Goddard as a consultant, like he's taking a second pass at the script. And here's why I had that immediate thought. Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick have both said in interviews, like, sequels aren't easy to write, and they've got they want to keep it fresh and new and everything else, so they'll still keep maintaining the spirit. But now they've got Cable, who they haven't cast. There's no precedent for him in film. So they're like, it's not that they're, we can't crack this. It's just like they're coming up on a shooting deadline.
and
they
it's
have to
good
get
to
this
have
cracked.
I'm really
Exactly.
wondering how they're going to introduce Cable now. Because,
Man,
it's
I
like...
don't know.
Yeah,
I
I'll be
don't
like,
know.
hey, so, Summers and, the Summers family, and then let's talk about clones.
Yeah.
And,
Well, they've
then,
said that they're going to very much simplify his origin story, but simplifying means choosing one of 7. So,
or letting him land, have the audience that don't know him have it be a mystery, and then if they give him more X-Men time, cast someone, sign him for 7 pictures, and slowly unveil him.
Yep,
Like,
sure.
slowly unveil his origin.
Sure.
Like, you can just have
Okay,
him
that's cool.
manifest, show his powers, have it be for the fans, know where he
and
comes
then,
from.
earn more
Right.
of that origin. Sure.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
That's
what
what
they
I would
did in
do.
the
That could
comics
work.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't know then.
Yeah, they didn't know that, yeah.
Very life imitating art, imitating comics.
But let's get back on this. Drew Goddard, how do we feel?
I love him. Cabin in the Woods is so good.
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean,
it caught you by surprise,
Yeah.
and then just the right way. So
Yeah.
I feel confident for
Yeah.
him to be extremely involved, as they're saying.
and let's say let's look at it from this perspective. He's a giant comic book fan, and he comes from the Joss Whedon school. And Joss Whedon gave us Avengers.
Yeah.
Between Deadpool and Avengers,
Right.
those are some of the top grossing, best superhero films out there.
And he was involved in
So-
this little show called Daredevil, which
Yep,
I enjoy.
little bitty show.
It's
I
one
think
of
some people like that show
my
somewhere.
favorite Marvel property, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty
and
good.
I'm also a big fan of,
He also written for Angel and Buffy, so totally on board. Yes, I am here
Yeah.
for Drew.
I think he's a great addition. And I think
Yeah.
it'll just be the best part of Spider-Man 2 was the comedy punch-up by all
Yep.
those stand-up comedians.
Yep.
So, worst case scenario, it's just even better.
Yeah, so I think Drew Goddard, he knows what he's doing, he knows the craft, and I really think he was just brought in to be like, hey, we're having a problem with A, B, C, and D. And any writer in Hollywood will tell you that we all have problems with A, B, C, and D. We all have our things that we can't do and other people can do better. So it's not big news that they brought in another writer. They were going to bring in another writer. The big news is, oh my God, they
He's a
got Drew
great
Goddard.
writer.
Holy
Nice.
crap, so anyway.
Have you seen the Russell Crowe saga?
Wait, what?
Of Cable?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's been the weirdest thing. So Robert Liefeld tweeted out hey, Russell Crowe, I think you should read for Cable. And then Russell Crowe was like, read for. And I imagine he threw a lot of phones at people. And then he came back with a lot of fan art and they made peace. But there was this really tense few hours where Russell Crowe seemed so mad at Rob Liefeld.
That he would hint
read
at
for,
auditioning.
I am but he was like, I'm sorry, I misphrased it, sir. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It was so weird to see these two titans of industry arguing on Twitter, but we love each other. And now Russell Crowe's tweeting fan art at Rob Liefeld, so clearly peace has been made. But he's just so angry.
let me ask you guys, do you think that he's doing that as kind of a
In character.
I've been cast as Cable and this is kind of the ridiculous way that we're telling you?
That'd be hilarious.
That would be
I would
very
love
fun.
that.
Because Russell Crowe as Cable's not.
That's not bad
That's
at
not
all.
not
outside the
bad.
realm of possibility
I
at
love
all.
that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
into
I
it.
mean, what actor wouldn't want to be part of the Marvel universe and then
Yeah,
plus
and-
be Cable?
Or part
And
of the Deadpool universe.
The Deadiverse.
The Deadiverse.
The
where
Deadiverse.
Your movie makes 20 times its budget.
Yeah, the
it's a good-
Deadpooliverse.
There you go.
Deadpooliverse where I'd want to
Yeah.
be.
Is that the genius name?
That's the genius name.
Deadpooliverse.
Deadpooliverse. Deadpooliverse.
I like Crow for it. He's not my top
Yeah.
choice, but he's definitely in there.
Yeah. Gambit. Let's get onto that. Gambit. Your man Che Tates.
You know what? See Tates,
Che Tates.
magical man.
I like saying
Yeah.
Che
Che
Tates.
Che
Che
Tates.
Tates.
We all got names
Yeah.
for him.
Che Tates.
We love Che Tates.
He's an adorable man.
He is, and he wants Gambit to happen. So
He has
Yeah.
a bar in
we
New
need that.
Orleans. I did not
Is it
realize
called?
that.
Is it called Shade-Tates? Are there male dancers?
Did you see Marquia come to life? Do they have male dancers?
There's a Saints and Sinners bar owned by Channing Tatum in New Orleans, which to me shows that level of investment in the character, because he literally loves New Orleans enough to have a bar there. He's Gambit. It's gonna happen, you guys. I'm the one guy in line.
You've got me a little bit more convinced.
Been waiting for a long time.
Yeah. Let me read you this quote. This came from Simon Kinberg. He says, "Gambit is in active development. It's a movie that we hope will be ready by the end of the year and shoot next year. We have 2 or 3 X-Men related movies this year, so it can wait a moment. The process has been that Channing is as determined as getting the character right as Ryan Reynolds was about Deadpool and Hugh Jackman was for Logan. We know that when we get those right, the movie succeeds, and we want to make sure Gambit gets that from the beginning. So here's what I want to... Yeah, right? Yeah. Because here's what Fox has proven in the last 2 big films that they've done. They can do standalone heroes. I'm still not convinced they can handle the X-Men. They've done good movies, but like I agree with Coy's assessment. Like, we've never seen a good X-Men movie.
Seen some great action mutant movies.
Seen some great movies with mutants who have names that we are familiar with.
Right.
But in terms of getting like that teen core dynamic, the teens right, like they got close with Apocalypse, and then
I think First Class they got closest. Personally,
First Class.
I think First Class would have been the absolute. Yes.
And Logan might be the second closest X-Men movie.
It might be.
No, Deadpool was a great X-Men movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, what are you talking about?
But we're thinking like, X-Men is an X-Men,
sure.
The most X-Men universe movie is Deadpool, which is ironic because he's in his own universe.
Yeah. But Fox has proven we can do Deadpool, we can do Logan, which is at 95% right now on Rotten Tomatoes, and every person I've talked to is just like, just wait, like it's so everything is exciting. I'm excited to see it this weekend. But if they're saying they're doing the same thing with Gambit, I am so much more on board.
I am never cynical, but I all for Gambit. But the quote is very much like, you know what worked? These buzzwords. You know it's going to be great if we do this again. And you guys have waited for 4 years, so I'm going to say the things I need to say. Go Gambit.
Go Gambit. Gambit.
It does feel a little like, you know what's great? Ice cream. We're going to give you guys ice cream.
Yeah,
like
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm so excited for Gambit. So I want them to start doing and less talking about how good their other movies are.
Sure. I'm with you.
There you go. Yeah.
Do we have anything on live chat or social, Oliver?
Well,
anyone saying anything about Shay Tates?
Well,
Shade-Tates.
they seem like they're not having a whole lot of faith in the film. I feel like, do you guys think they're gonna end up recasting him at all?
I don't think it's a Gambit issue. I think it's a we've lost 87 directors issue. I think at this point, like, Steve down the street's gonna end up directing it. But like, I just feel like
Steve down the street.
Yeah, Steve down the street.
I mean, he's a great vet, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I see him.
Channing Tatum's invested. No, I just feel like they just haven't literally invested the amount of energy as they haven't. I feel like they need the script to be as good as the character, because the bar is now set at Logan and Deadpool, and that keeps freaking them out, which is why they're talking about it. So I want them to keep doing that, but we've also waited for a long time, so they gotta move.
And then there's people like me that want the Storm solo movie, and we'll still be waiting for that.
Yeah, you might be waiting for that for a while.
Maybe another decade or so.
I'd say 12 years.
Yeah,
I think 12 is a safe bet.
I'm sorry, right. I have nothing positive to say. I'd like that too.
One of my favorite X-Men stories is when Doom kidnaps Storm and then puts her in like an Iron Maiden or encases her in stone, and her claustrophobia takes over, and she creates a worldwide storm that the X-Men almost die in. Yeah, that's one of my favorite X-Men stories.
She's like an Omega level mutant with a great backstory. Maybe make that movie. I don't know. It's an idea.
Yeah, maybe. Fox, are you listening? Probably not. It's okay. Let's move on. Speaking of Fox, still Fantastic Four. 20th Century Fox is still planning on making a great Fantastic Four film. We'll see about that. Let's see. I believe that this is Simon Kinberg who said this. Yes, we would love to make another Fantastic Four movie. We feel like there's a great Fantastic Four movie to be made, and I think it would hew closer to the tone of the original, the source material, the comics, but we want to make that movie. So
you don't say, Simon Kinberg. You want to make a comic movie involving the comics?
It's weird.
Cool.
It's weird.
I mean, they still the cast is still attached. It's still apparently a
from
thing.
From the last one?
Yeah.
This is heartbreaking. This breaks my heart.
Phase Fantastic Four will always live on in my heart until otherwise.
When I think they just need to really grasp the characters, and they're just grasping the action. They're like action and comedy, because they're siblings, and this is and it's like actually grab onto the character.
Yeah.
The characters are who we like. That's why Guardians of the Galaxy is so awesome.
Yeah.
They grabbed a hold of the character. You can put them in anything. They can be they can be custodians of an orphanage. I would watch that movie, like a space orphanage.
Oh my god.
I would watch that because of the characters.
No, but we're going to talk about this later, but like the Guardians teaser that they released for the trailer that's coming out tonight
It is better than Fantastic Four.
It's just Drax being annoying while he's sipping on soup, and they're just dude,
12
like
seconds is better than Fantastic Four.
yeah, exactly. Like Fantastic Four. I want it to be a family, and I want them to go on super weird space adventures or interdimensional adventures, and for them to struggle with being a family. Done. That we didn't see any of that. Like
Not in 3 movies.
no,
Yeah.
no. So
and even better if it's a family that you choose, because then that's even why are they together? Why am I watching
don't belong.
this?
Like they're a toxic mix of chemicals, but
And that's the beauty of the
still
family,
getting
and they
along.
come together at the end. It's uplifting. It's lovely. It's everyone's different, and they're strong characters. There's no weak character among the 4, and we haven't had they can. I'm afraid Fox is literally going to use deleted scenes from the last Fantastic Four, cobble that together, and this their sequel, because there's another whole movie in there somewhere.
Now I think Josh Trank was. I legitimately believe this. I think he was onto something with doing the whole weird science, like very Cronenbergian approach. I'm on board for that. That still involves science. It still involves Reed Richards trying to solve the problem of Ben Grimm. Like all of that can still be done inside of a Cronenberg universe.
Right.
Okay.
But I think Fox got a little nervous about the vision. I think they saw the first cut and decided that he just wasn't cutting it.
Right.
And then they did even worse.
I think Crash Test Dummy Doom was a bold move. So when your villain looks like an action figure from the late '80s, you're not going to go very far.
From a Crash Test Dummies cartoon.
I wasn't scared of the most terrifying man in the universe at all.
Well, no, and that's because they didn't identify his powers. They didn't. Look.
We could spend 8 hours talking about Fantastic Four.
And I apologize to all of you fans who love Fantastic Four. I wanted to love it. I really do, and I want to continue loving it. But
Zac Efron, Human Torch, George Clooney, Mr. Fantastic.
yeah,
You cast the right ages, make it. I'm just saying that should be the discrepancy.
Sure,
There should be.
sure.
They shouldn't be the same age. They shouldn't be like.
No.
I just.
Reed Richards is like 15 years older than Johnny Storm.
Right.
Yeah.
And make Sue Storm just as smart as Reed Richards because she is.
Yeah, she is.
Not someone with 8 wigs.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right. Let's move on. Still talking about Simon Kinberg and the X-Men. He might be taking over directing the X-Men Supernova. It's still in talks. How do you guys feel about that?
He does. He's a writer and producer, but we don't know. Do you hand the keys to a Lamborghini to a guy who's driven a go-kart? Like, he's a writer and producer. He's not a director yet. He might be the best director of all time, but this movie needs to be perfect because it's losing fans. Why would you go like, we need this better than ever, and be like, that guy might be able to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Directors
I'm sure
are vital.
there's so many other directors that they could consider. I mean, I remember talking this over with who was I talking to? I forget. But they reeled off a number of female directors, and it's like they've been chomping at the bit. They would be great for something like this, and I'm like, oh my god. And then all I could think of was the director from Hurt Locker. I was like, have her do anything.
Bigelow, man.
Yeah.
Catherine Bigelow.
Lexi
Bigelow.
Alexander
They're
loves
like, if they could
comics.
get her.
Yeah.
for anything.
Lexi is a
Lexi
fighter,
Alexander, yeah.
and she loves comics, and she's familiar with the Marvel Universe. She made that great Punisher Warzone, which I think is underrated. Lexi
Sure.
Alexander would make... I want Lexi to
She'd
make a
kill
Storm
it.
Psylocke Jubilee movie. I want her to, girl power awesome. Because the X-Men are great because they're women and men.
Yeah, but I mean, not just. I love that you're saying a girl empowerment movie, but it's also just any.
No, I'm saying
any
I'm
of
saying
the
a girl
Marvel
equality
movies.
movie. I'm
Okay.
saying men and women in the X-Men having equal screen time. When you look back at the X-Men
I do
movies, think of the female cast. So you don't have shining moments as
A
much.
little bit.
No, what happens
Same
to a
here.
toad when lightning hits it? The same thing that happens to everything else.
That woman has an Oscar.
Yeah.
It's not like they didn't cast good actresses; they just didn't use them. And I'm saying,
Did you hear the story behind that? Is that Joss Whedon apparently did punch-ups on that script, and he wrote that line and had a completely different take on it than how it was delivered, and Halle Berry just didn't get the take.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually know how he.
I love Joss Whedon.
How could
I'm
you
not sure how that line goes
How could
well.
you say
Yeah.
that to... Okay, because, also Joss Whedon's responsible for Aliens 4, so...
Oh, wait, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so, not everything's going to be a win.
Very true. All right, let's move on real fast. Jamie Chung has been cast as Blink in the X-Men TV pilot. Along with her, this week, Stephen Moyer from True Blood has been cast as the father. He's a series lead. He is the father. His name is Reed. And he's the father of the two kids who discover that they are mutants, and then they're hunted down by the government, so the family goes on the run. He's their dad, who's an attorney.
Cool.
So
on board.
There's not a lot to talk about with his. He's a dad. Okay, cool. But Jamie Chung as Blink
Is very exciting.
That's so. Like, what do we make of that? Like, if they've cast Blink, so here we have Blink. We have another mutant. Redford is the guy's Blair Redford, I think. Sam, who is the hot-headed leader of the group, but he's not been defined as a mutant, like what his power is yet. I'm hoping for Sam Guthrie, but I thought that, like, if they're saying Blink, I would imagine they would say Sam Guthrie. So, and I know Matt Nix has said he made up guys, like he made up mutants for this series. So, like, maybe the Sam guy's made up. But Blink, what do you think? Like,
We're just making up mutants.
I think
Sorry.
they only have a few hundred to pull from. Marquia. There's only an encyclopedia
I'm
of
just
hundreds
like-
of mutants they could open right here on our desk.
Your face said it all.
They gotta make up mutants.
Well, they've been doing it for 17 years, so they're just
It's
continuing
not
the
like,
trend.
yeah, not like there's 17 years of mutants.
No, it's fine. I mean, did they not just use Blink in X-Men Apocalypse and then recast her? Because I feel like Blink.
Yeah,
is
but
in-
Jamie Chung now.
I mean, I'd much rather Jamie Chung. But I mean, the girl that was with Blink before was great.
She's great.
But like, you're trying to build a shared universe because you're trying to be Marvel, and then you're recasting the most recent movie. Maybe?
Well, it also goes into what we were talking about before, where it's like they make the characters interchangeable, where they can put somebody just brand new with red hair into something. Not saying anything about the casting for the last movie. That was just the first thing that I thought of. But it's like when we think of Professor X, we think of Stewart because oh my God, he is Professor X. When we think of Wolverine, we think of Jackman because oh my God, he is Wolverine. And that's because they've given them time to develop these characters, these beautiful, intricate characters, which is why we have Logan, which is why we need to have that for some more of the female cast. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here. I know.
Are you saying there's 50 years of history they could pull from? Because that seems like an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're aware of that.
All right, let's.
Well, Jamie Chung, she does have some X-Men experience. I will say this. She voiced a mutant, an original mutant in like X-Men Destiny. I never played it, but she has some mutant experience. So, and I'm excited for her.
Live chat, thank you. It was Days of Future Past, not Apocalypse. That's correct. I said the wrong.
Wait, what was?
Blink was in Days of Future Past. I thought it was the most recent X-Men movie. You're right.
Yeah.
Days of Future Past. Thank you, live chat. But I just think that if you're trying to build a shared universe, you don't recast after 2 movies. That's it's silly.
But all right.
I love
Jamie
Jamie
Chung.
Chung.
She's awesome.
She's from Lowell, man. I'm from Drake.
Sucker Punch,
She's
like-
like a hometown homie.
She kicks ass.
Yeah.
Sorry. I will always have her back. I'm sorry.
I
That's fine. We're not
and-
saying anything about that actress. We're talking about that they're not spending time
Yeah.
with their
No,
characters.
Yeah, and
But
one
it's
spot at a
totally-
time. I mean,
And a TV show gives you time to care about these characters, so I'm hoping they actually invest in 50 years of backstory.
Yeah, because you don't have to make up more mutants.
it's Fox. It's Fox. Look. I really hate to not be nice to Fox. But I don't trust them. I trust them with Deadpool. I trust them with.
personified
with
Fox
Logan.
because it sounds like him every time. I don't trust him.
I don't
That
trust
Fox
him.
guy
I don't
stabbed
tr-
me in the back too many
I don't
times.
trust that Fox guy.
$20,
I don't trust
never
that-
paid it back, and I keep going and I keep trying to like that guy.
I gave that guy $5 for a latte. Never
Yep.
got it back. I let him borrow my computer. He spilled his coffee on it.
the
I'm
worst
just
guy.
saying, this is Fox
goodness.
character.
Too
This
many
Fox
chances,
guy.
this
This
guy.
Fox guy. I think the X-Men movie or TV series will probably be pretty good.
because
I'm excited about it.
So good.
But oh my God, Legion. Okay. Let's move on to Guardians of the Galaxy, shall we?
Let's.
Oh, how about
Oh no, Joe Carnahan. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know why I skipped over that. I'm an idiot. That's okay. I'm an idiot.
We still love you.
Thank you. Joe Carnahan. I believe this also comes from Collider. So
Yes.
this Frosty guy, he's connected over
knocking
at
it
Fox.
out,
He is on. Speaking of Collider, can I just say?
Okay.
I was on their website yesterday, and they had an interview with Benedict Cumberbatch about Doctor Strange, and they were like, "Hey, you were awesome," and he
saw
was
this
like,
interview.
"Oh, thank you, yeah, thank you."
I
It
love
was great,
Benefit
yeah."
Cumberbatch.
Benefit Cumberbatch, and at the very end, they said to him something like, "Well, congratulations on the movie. it was really great and amazing, and it met all of our expectations. Thank you so much. And his response was, I'm really glad that we could do that. I know John Schnepp had pretty high expectations.
Ooh.
So I'm glad that we could meet them. And I immediately screen capped it and tweeted it to John Schnepp
dude.
what?
Cumberbatch name dropping John Schnepp's opinion is
Yeah.
the greatest thing.
Yeah, and then-
friend of the show, R-rated episode, John Schnepp.
Awesome.
He's over at Collider. He does Collider Heroes. If you're not, I'm sure you're familiar with him if you're watching our show. But
Pretty cool.
oh man, I was like, I've never wanted to be John Schnepp so bad.
One day, Matt.
One day I'll be my own sweaty.
Yeah, Snicker Snatch will be like, I love how Matt Key sees my character.
Yeah.
Doctor
One
Strange
day.
2, you got like 3 or 4 years, man.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah. And as I'm reading I'm reading in a newspaper apparently in my future, like, oh yes, technology no longer exists. I'll read it and I'll be like, I'll just like backwards, just like faint, just like. All right, Joe Carnahan, according to Collider, Did he write Smoking Aces and Grey?
Yeah,
He
it was
directed-
like the
I know he directed them.
writer-director.
He's
I thought he was the
writer-director? Okay.
writer-director of Smoking Aces. Well,
Pretty sure.
yeah, I thought he was.
Yeah,
for
I think he
both.
is too. I just want to make sure before I said
I know
that.
it was the
Humans
Grey.
guys, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Cool, thank you.
And Narc, go see it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's right.
Narc
He
is
did do
so
Narc. Narc was
underrated.
great.
Jason
Narc was
Patrick's
really good.
mustache is worth the price of admission alone. It's fantastic.
So he did all those amazing movies. He is now rumored to be writing the X-Force movie.
No, I thought that was confirmed.
I don't know that it's confirmed.
Okay.
It's not necessarily. It's
So
with
the-
Collider's.
Matt
Collider's
Key confirms?
No, Matt Key does not
Matt Key
confirm.
confirms.
Markia wants to
X-Force
confirm.
part of the Marvel Universe. Matt Key confirms Joe Carnahan
You know
brought
what?
into Marvel.
You guys can get out, Oliver. We're gonna take it over.
It's just
We're gonna
the
do it.
Matt
on
I'm not
Oliver
involved.
show.
I'm not
Matt
involved.
and Oliver doing the Marvel show. Yeah, you got it. You got it over there. As far as I know, it's not confirmed by Fox. I think Collider said, "Hey, we heard this from sources that he's being looked at to do this, and we
Into
think
it.
that's exciting." I think it would be great. He's also directing Bad Boys 3. He's doing the Raid remake. He's doing the Uncharted screenplay. So
Yeah, Naughty Dog loves him.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that movie.
Yeah, I can't either.
I love Nathan Drake.
He's also like a good Michael Bay. Like Joe Carnahan directs action, but you actually care about it.
Yeah,
and you
it's-
can tell what's going on.
Yeah, it's gritty and it's action filled, but it's also got the comedic timing
Yeah.
down.
Right.
You actually care about the characters.
If they announced that there was a Joe Carnahan directed, written by Joe Carnahan, second unit director Michael Bay movie, that would be the greatest film of all time, action wise of all time. Like he's
Wow,
such a
yeah.
good action director.
Yeah.
So him doing Bad Boys 3 gives me hope that it'll be a movie worth watching.
Yeah.
But Joe Carnahan handling X-Force is really exciting because it needs to be hyper violent, comedic, paced well,
Yeah.
super stylized.
Yes.
He's made for comic movies.
Let's see the Black Ops of X-Men.
Smoking Aces
I know,
feels like
right?
a comic. Like Smoking Aces is a really
Yes,
fun.
yeah.
So if you bring that into comics with 50 years of backstory, you can potentially make something that will feel like an X-Men movie, and that's
Yeah.
really exciting.
Yeah, I think him on X-Force is pretty perfect.
Yeah.
It's,
Good call.
it's a good match. We'll see if he pulls it off.
Right.
He's still got to pull it off, guys. But
I still think like
Right.
Guy Ritchie on X-Men, like the PG-13. Like Guy Ritchie should be the PG-13 because he can handle the Sherlock kind
Yeah.
of comedy and keep it light, and then Joe Carnahan
Yeah.
handle X-Force. Those are the two directors because they've got similar enough editing styles. It can feel like a shared universe, but they
Yeah.
need to have totally different styles to be R-rated and PG-13.
Yeah.
What is it
That's
that they
my
have-
dream.
What is it that they have Guy Ritchie on now? Is he?
He's doing Arthur, that King Arthur movie, and not
I
Snatch.
thought he was
But he
doing,
just
but
got-
he's
he
doing
just got
some
pulled into
Aladdin
something-
or something
Yeah, he's
like
on
that.
Aladdin.
He's the director for Aladdin.
yeah, that's right.
And that'll be
that's
great.
it.
yeah,
I think that'd be fantastic.
I'm still waiting on Rock and Roll 2 and Snatch 2, but in the meantime, he should do X-Men.
you like dogs?
I'm like Dubs.
like
You like
dogs.
dogs?
It's my
Oh,
caravan.
dogs.
No.
Yeah, I
Part
like
of it go
dogs.
blue.
I like
yeah.
dogs.
Dogs.
Go watch Snatch, you guys.
If you're not getting that, that's what was that? 1999.
Right,
That's
that cozy.
Yeah, it's some of the best pit, and that's saying a lot.
That is an old reference. I am so old. Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a nice young hot franchise. We are getting a new trailer tonight.
Yeah, on Jimmy
that's that.
Kimmel. Though.
And that's that, man.
Yep,
That's
that's,
it. That's our show. We're done.
That's pretty exciting. Now, Ken, while we are tangentially referencing Jimmy Kimmel, can we give him amazing credit for how well he
Yeah.
hosted the Oscars?
He really did. He did very well.
'Cause-
I liked what he did. Did you?
I didn't watch.
Oh, okay.
It was a good Oscars, and
Yeah.
it stumbled a couple times that he recovered, and now that I've been hosting long enough to see how hosts really shape that, like there was a bunch of jokes that could have gone poorly, and he just handled it, wrapped it up, delivered, and the ending that could have gone real bad, and he was made a joke instantly. I'm just Jimmy Kimmel, if you're watching this, thanks.
Which we know you are, Jimmy
you
Kimmel.
are.
JK just sits at home and just watches our show.
Just can't wait for his Marvel movie news.
Exciting. Hey,
Yeah.
Disney, let him know. I was really impressed.
He's a Mary
Yeah, we
Marvelite.
loved how you interviewed the Guardians of the Galaxy cast, so that was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I love my favorite part of the Oscars was him bringing the tourists in.
That's what I mean. He handled that well because that joke started to stumble, and then he recovered it beautifully, and that was him handling that joke. Like, so I was very impressed.
Yeah, it was very. I was like, what are they doing? This is amazing. So let's talk about the Guardian. They released a teaser yesterday via the Twitters.
It's like 26 seconds long.
Yeah, that's it. We should get on Twitter. Can you go to Twitter and get me a Twitter?
And get you. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll bring you back to
Come
Twitter from
back.
The far-off land of Twitter. Venture forth, Makia. Past the land of the gram.
I will.
Past the land of MySpace and Friendster to Twitter.
With my +8 broadsword, I continue forth.
So they released this thing on Twitter, and it's literally just Drax annoying the living hell out of the rest of the team, like sipping really loudly on his drink and not getting that he's sipping and chewing, and it's so funny.
It's like he has soup around a campfire somewhere.
And it looks almost like they're trying to be quiet, and he just can't help himself, and they're like, dude,
He doesn't get social cues.
he doesn't get it. I love it. I love it. And here's what I think is so amazing about that clip. It shows us nothing, but it shows us everything. Because we know nothing about the movie. We know nothing about the plot. We know nothing about the story moving forward. But we do know that they, as a family, are doing their best to stay together as a family, having a hard time getting together as a family, annoying the living crap out of each other. That's going to be the entire movie. No matter what scene we see them in, they're going to be struggling to get along comedically and still finding a way to stay together and pull through. And that's the movie I want to see.
Everything we've heard about the story with the two villains, it's kind of a chase thing. Like, this ties into that well. The fact they're sitting around a campfire, like, on the lamb.
Yeah.
Like, it's all I need to see. Like, someone in the live chat just said that they don't know if we even need to see another trailer. We don't. But
I want another trailer.
Yeah. Beyond this, I don't want anything, though. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Thank
great.
you,
Yeah.
Steven.
Thank you, Sinister.
And chat room, are we naming Steven yet?
I've seen Hydra.
Okay, wait, it's playing.
Oh, he's so wonderfully annoying. I love it so much.
Dude. What? Dude. What?
It's perfect.
Drax.
It would be harder to get better than that.
It really is going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good.
All right, we got to move on. We have 30 minutes left to get through all this. All right. But we're excited. That comes on tonight. And I think I'm doing the Screen Junkies. I think we're going to watch it live and talk about it and all that stuff. So if you want to see more of this, come to Screen Junkies, I guess.
He meant his hair and hat.
Yeah, my hair and hat.
You want to see more of it?
Look at this. Look at this.
It's
It's got like a
Glorious.
nice little poof.
It's a
out.
great
Nice
coif.
little,
I'm proud of it.
Yeah, it's the only good quality I have.
It matches your beard. It fits.
Thank you. Inhumans, giant news today. Just out today.
Big enough news that I'm excited for Inhumans.
Like giant quiet news.
Yeah. Shh. Don't whisper. Don't even
I
whisper.
can't say it because we'll all die.
Yeah.
Right?
Coit, if you're that excited, do you want to take it?
I am a vocal advocate of the X-Men, which puts me in a Bloods versus Crips position with the Inhumans, in my opinion. And this casting is so good that it piqued my interest enough that I am now considering enjoying the Inhumans. This actor is so good that every time he pops up in something small, you're like, who's that guy? And then if you watch Hell on Wheels, you're like, I'll tell my friends about that guy. How do you pronounce his name, though?
Anson.
Anson Mount.
Anson Mount?
Yeah.
Anson Mount is from Hell on Wheels, a show I've never watched, but he's popped up in a number of films where I'm always like, this guy, which is important because he's playing a guy that can't talk.
Yeah.
So he's got to be captivating by his very nature. And I think the look, both with long hair and short, the jawline, he looks like a superhero, and he's always captivating.
I mean, the thing with Black Bolt is he has to be able to convey so much with just a look and body language. And the picture that we have up here almost does, like, there's like this weird intensity to his eyes, like there's just, I don't know. I saw it today on Variety and was like, oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, they absolutely cast him.
Really hope that they do go the route where he does sign language though. But then I really hope that they would. But the thing is like, what sign language would he do?
Well, he's never done. He has a telepathic link with Medusa.
Yeah, but for everybody else,
he doesn't talk to anybody else. He only talks to Medusa.
Language?
He only talks to Medusa.
No, I'm saying he could. They could make that choice.
Sure, they can make that choice.
It gives Medusa a certain power that she speaks like the voice of him, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
I understand all of that, and I understand about Medusa and Black Bolt and everything. I get that. I'm just saying that I would love
there's these characters called
they...
X-Men. You might have heard of them.
Oh,
and they're similar.
I'm gonna go.
But they're better.
Stop it. Stop it.
Wait a minute, you guys don't know how to speak telepathically?
I've been working
Oh
on it.
You guys.
Hydra Steve gets it.
So Jeff Loeb said of Anson's casting, Anson loves the challenge of playing a character who will only communicate silently. His enthusiasm mixed with his imposing, almost regal persona made it easy to see why he's our Black Bolt. Scott Buck, the showrunner, added to that, Black Bolt is a character whose deep complexity must be conveyed without uttering a single word, and I'm very excited to have Anson on board to bring him alive. And that is honestly one of my favorite things about the character, is he can talk, sure, but like he has to have so much control to not talk, otherwise he will kill the people he's talking to. Like that is
that's a cool power.
Like
hopefully he never gets a sore throat.
Are you reading Uncanny Inhumans?
I haven't read it for a couple months. I'm a couple months behind on almost all my stuff.
There's
right now.
a pretty cool character that somehow gets transferred into Black Bolt's powers get transferred into her. And he can speak, and he goes, no, you don't understand. Like, it is everything to constantly think of not talking. You're gonna break. It's gonna happen. You're gonna kill everyone. And it's this amazing like power shift where Black Bolt's speaking, and everyone freaks out. But then they realize that the power's in her, and she went out of control. It's real cool.
Wow.
I love power switches.
Yeah, it's just
power
a cool little
and
moment.
personality switches are they're bae.
They're always so fun.
So it's a good Inhumans comic.
We also have. I'm sorry that they're good. They're doing good comic books, Coy.
I enjoyed it and everything.
I enjoyed it. I'll read it again. 5 stars.
Stupid talking about Inhumans publicly.
we'll read again. 5 stars. You should visit this place.
Stupid good.
Real quick on the Inhumans. Jeff Sneider on Meet the Movie Press said that a lost veteran has been cast in Inhumans. So here's his direct quote. The person being cast, it is a veteran. I'm not going to say whether it is a man or a woman. It is a veteran of the television show Lost. A Lost veteran, I think, is getting a big role in Inhumans. There's like 80 people in Lost. Good luck figuring that out.
I would have said Josh Holloway as Black Bolt, if not he was our cast, because that'd be good too.
Yeah.
His hair is so fancy.
Who was the weird bald guy?
Oh, Terry O'Quinn.
Do you think he could play Karnak?
I think he could play Karnak.
I would love to see him play Karnak.
That is interesting. I still want Daniel Day Kim as Namor. Maybe he's in the Indians.
Oh, that would be good.
That rumor.
Yeah.
Daniel Day Kim, Namor.
That would be amazing.
Matthew Fox could also play Karnak, as per his Tyler Perry movie, a sentence I never wanted to say again.
Yeah. Evangeline Lilly is already Wasp. So
Right, I was thinking that. Jorge Garcia as
Gorgon? Triton. Stop.
Oliver's chat room chiming in with any of that.
You guys have not mentioned the polar bear.
You're right.
He's clearly...
He's going to be Lockjaw.
Yes.
He's going to be Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Come on.
Lockjaw.
Come on, guys.
you know what?
Polar bear is Lockjaw.
Polar bear.
That looks like
It
a
could
polar
happen.
bear. It looks more like a... doesn't really look like a giant bulldog to me.
This is a weird Triton, but I love the actor, and I could see him do anything. Dominic Monaghan would be an interesting Triton. Because he's just cool.
Chap brought up something that Anson Mount was on Lost, so I don't know if that has something to do
Was
with
he
it.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout
that's
out-
funny if the news just jumped ahead
Yeah.
of itself like, we've got this big reveal.
Good
They just
find.
leaked it.
That's-
Wait, was he really?
someone just mentioned
I only
that.
saw like a season and a half of
I-
Lost, so...
I haven't
saw
seen
one
any of Lost, so I have no clue.
Wow,
Just
all right.
people talk about it
maybe,
I don't know if that-
maybe that's who Jeff Snyder was talking about.
I forgot Harold Perrineau. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, Harold Perrineau. I love him. He would be an incredible Triton.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that. Maybe that's a thing.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
Someone.
I think it's probably Ensign Mount. That's really funny. Thank you, chat. Good
Thanks,
work.
Chad. I think that so people have asked me to fan cast. The rest I don't follow the Inhumans that well, so there's only 2 I know well enough to fan cast. I think Medusa. I would love either Jessica Chastain because her regalness is crazy. She has the hair. She has the
From Medusa.
From Medusa.
Yeah.
And this is a weird choice, and a lot of people are going to disagree, but I think Isla Fisher is underrated and hasn't gotten to show enough of her non-comedic.
Sorry. Just for Medusa?
I know.
Your face looked like my face when you told me that before the show. I was like, meh.
Every
It's
so
like,
often, I gotta throw a weird one out there. That's my weird one.
That's all right.
That's my
That's
weird
all
one.
right.
And then
like
Karnak
this.
is very important.
Yeah.
I like the guy that plays, I keep forgetting his name, Rorschach from Watchmen.
Jackie Earl Haley?
Jackie Earl Haley as Karnak. And I also, and this is gonna upset Nokia, but I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be a very, very
All right.
good
That
Karnak.
upsets me
I
too.
think
That upsets me
Nightcrawler,
too.
Southpaw, those
Yep.
Jake Gyllenhaals,
Sure.
he's got
Bop,
it.
bop, bop.
Prisoners,
Moving on.
real good.
Moving on.
Who's the actor that plays Ramsay Bolton? Isn't he in something that's
Yeah, we announced him.
Already did that.
Rion, Ian Rion.
Ewan
Rion. He's
Ewan.
playing. He's playing
Ewan?
Maximus the Mad, who is
Maximus.
quite
Yes.
possibly some of the best casting that's ever been done in the
That'd be
history of
excellent.
casting. Yeah.
Excellent.
Captain Marvel. No actual news here, but this is kind of fun thing that she said. Brie Larson, who's playing Captain Marvel, and talking to IGN, said just the fact that she, Captain Marvel, can bridge between 2 worlds, that she can go to Earth and go to space, and that her own personal place is in the littlest place in between where Earth ends and space begins, is hers, is so moving to me. Here, now look, this is not news. She's not saying that that's what the movie is going to be. But the fact that Brie Larson is aware of that fact about the character, I think is very cool. I mean, she's doing her homework and she's excited about the part.
Right.
But I also can't help but wonder if those are words from Feige or from like Nicole Perlman or the other writer whose name I'm forgetting, like filtering down to her to be
Right.
like, hey, here's how we're kind of approaching this character. Think about that as you're reading this. Like, these are her words, but I can't help but wonder if they're also influenced by other people at the studio. And that's the entire reason I put this in here, because I feel like it could give us something to think about with this movie. That's all.
Nice.
That's all. And if that is the case, that furthers my idea that she gets her powers sometime during Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Then when we see her in her solo movie, that's her taken off to
Right.
space to actually learn how to handle her powers.
I just hope they give it enough
So-
time. Like, that power
Right.
set is so specific.
Yeah.
And
The
worth pointing.
mohawk.
Yeah, dude,
She's got to have the mohawk.
Her
Yeah.
walking out.
As long as we see her face, her beautiful face with the mohawk.
Yeah. Hey, if Karen Gillian will go bald.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Who
Oh,
were you?
okay. If Karen Gillian will go bald
Yeah.
for
Nebula.
then yes, we need the mohawk.
Yeah.
We need the mohawk.
worth
for Brie.
noting, when she walked out at the Oscars, that was Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, she was so, like,
Hello.
her prowess, her control, and she's so cool, like, because Captain Marvel has to be cool. Like,
Yeah.
the current run of Captain Marvel, like, her superpower is awesome. Like, she just
Yeah.
exudes this, and man, Brie Larson's just the coolest.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah. Let's move on to Thor real quick. Tom Hiddleston reveals how Hela will reunite Thor and Loki. Let's start here. This was also in an interview with IGN, talking about Kong, Skull Island.
That looks so silly and
It
great.
looks so
I'm
silly. That
excited.
latest trailer, man. All right,
Looks like Pokemon with
we don't have time. That's too much of a rabbit hole. At the beginning of Ragnarok, Thor has a lot of questions, and Loki, true to form, is not that forthcoming with many answers. But hammers are involved, and the stakes are raised. He then goes on to say, Kate Blanchett is playing the goddess of death, who brings destruction in her wake. It's the kind of destruction that both Thor and Loki have never seen, on a scale of terror they've never seen before, so they fall back on their brotherhood, fractured though it is, to see what they can do to stop her. This, to my knowledge, is the first we've heard Hela referred to as the goddess of death. And if she is the goddess of death,
Perhaps she is
then
death.
Perhaps she is.
those like fan theories and everything else that she is death and that Thanos is courting Hela, that totally makes
That
makes
so
much sense. And in comic books, in that medium, you can have 17 characters who are death, and they do, and that's totally fine. Like Thanos is courting one specific avatar of
Exactly.
death.
Right.
Death is a mini splendor
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, but Hela is like, she's the guardian of Niflheim. I'm probably wrong, but the dead, like where the dead go if they don't make it to Valhalla, or whatever else. So she is in a way her own goddess of death.
And I would love to see that love triangle plus Deadpool. I want
Everything plus Deadpool.
I mean,
Yeah.
they'd court death at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I want that. And I love the idea of that Cate Blanchett as the thing that Josh Brolin should pine after Cate Blanchett.
Yeah, yeah,
It makes sense.
yeah, absolutely. So I think that there could be something there, and the fact they're referring to her as, oh my God, she is so destructive. Like,
yes, I love that.
oh, I'm so pumped for
much.
that. Like, so destructive that Thor and Loki are like, oh, we've got to work together. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, like,
I have nothing to be mischievous about if the universe is gone.
yeah, yeah. So, and I think that there's something to be said for, oh man, I've got so many papers here. Let's see.
I think next thing is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, it is. I've already got it down.
We'll let the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. go and get Matt's
he says,
wedding gift.
at the beginning of Ragnarok, Thor has a lot of questions, and Loki, true to form, is not that forthcoming with many answers. So I think that that's kind of an important thing. Because he's saying, like, because what's the beginning? Like, what are we seeing at the beginning? Because the last time we saw Thor, he was walking away from the throne with Odin on it, and Loki was like,
Yes, I'm actually Odin.
I'm actually Odin. So, like, where are we starting? So the fact that Thor's like, I've got questions, and he says many hammers are thrown. I think Thor is beating the living crap out of his brother. Like, where's Odin? What did you do? What have you done? Where is he?
Yeah.
And then Hela shows up. She's like, oh, Odin's gone? Oh, well, this is sweet.
like, great.
Yeah, I think that
All
those
the
two quotes
obstacles are removed.
Yeah, I think that those two quotes are kind of, they don't say a lot, but they give us some hooks that we can hang some theories on.
Yeah.
Which is
Then
nice.
that together with what was it? Thor going to Doctor Strange looking for it, right?
Oh man,
So
I
I mean, we have
cannot
that.
wait.
And I think I was wrong. I think it's Iron Fist.
Iron Fist
I'm
is
sorry,
last.
this
We're going
is-
to end with Iron Fist. So
Okay.
we've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. next. Do you want to go ahead and get that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. minute rolling for us, Sinister Steven? Yeah.
Stevenister?
Doom.
Stevenister?
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 No, Steve Rogers. Someone in the chat said Steve
Oh.
Rogers. That's perfect. Perfect. But I
Yeah,
know,
but
he
that's
did
his
want-
actual name, though.
Yeah, he did want
That's his
like
actual name.
Yeah, he did want.
It doesn't have to rhyme with Steven, y'all, or have Steven in it at all.
I mean, Zach was Doom.
He could be Rocket, or whatever.
Yeah. I asked Steven who. Yeah, there we go. There's, speaking of Doom, there he is.
Here we go, guys.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hey guys, Voice of Doom here for the last Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. minute for a month. Sorry I missed you guys last week. Thanks for your kind words. But yeah, real quick, this episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was ridiculous. Nitpicks aside, the little things like, I thought you said 4 LMDs in that elevator. There were supposedly only 3, unless you're going to bend the rules again on us, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But it was a fantastic episode, fantastic action, well-built, mystery about who was who and everything that was going on. So we're going into the framework now. Spoilers for the end of the episode, but Daisy and Simmons, oh, by the way, Liz Henstridge, just a phenomenal actor. Jed Whedon, phenomenal director. Together, a pairing. Unreal. It's some of the best performances that I've seen on this show.
I love
so far.
Doom.
And I'm over a minute now, but I don't care, because you guys are going to have a month without me. So deal with it, Matt and Coy and Markia. Deal with it. Fantastic stuff. As we're going into the framework, it means we're going to get some stuff in an alternate reality, which is so much fun. The next episode, when it comes back on April 4th, the next episode called What If? Small comic book reference there. What if? And it looks like we're just going to get what would have happened if XYZ, if Coulson had never joined S.H.I.E.L.D., what would have happened? And we're going to find out everything that goes back there. One big thing, guess who's coming back? Much to my chagrin, Ward. It looks like Brett Dalton is back again next episode. So that's a thing. But I'm still excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. The idea of like what would happen if all of these things went down, who knows? Who knows what it's going to be? But I love the idea of an alternate reality. Why is May working at Hydra seemingly? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm sorry I doubled my time. Had to make up for last week. All right. You guys have a great rest of the show. Hopefully I'll be able to stop by at some point soon.
Yeah.
Or I'll just keep sending in these videos. I will see you guys in a month.
Dude.
Give it up for Doom.
He said chagrin. So I'm gonna have to give him a hard time tomorrow when I see him.
We're gonna deal with him.
We're gonna deal with Doom. All right, what is this? What is this wedding present you have from
I disappeared.
my lovely wife and me?
This is for your lovely wife and you. It's from my mom.
Oh, Stephanie.
Friend of the
Oh my
show,
God.
mother of one of the hosts.
It's huge.
And it's gigantic.
Oh my God!
It's
what?
It's
Oh, here.
Oh my
majestic.
God!
Wow.
Where did you get this? Where did your mom get this?
Wow.
isn't that amazing?
What?
For those that are just listening, it is a gigantic Doctor Strange movie poster, and it is gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
It was my favorite piece of the art. My mom finagled that for the wedding present.
Yeah.
Whoa! Thank you, Mrs. Jandro.
Isn't that awesome?
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's the head of Doctor Strange within his mind is like this whirlpool of all the characters.
Oh man, this is gonna take over an entire wall of our bedroom. I don't.
Put it on the ceiling.
I'd only seen that
on the ceiling.
because I'd only seen that online. I didn't see it actually physical in like any posters or anywhere. But yeah, so
Oh, bottom. Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Dude, thank you so much, Coy. Thank you so much, Mrs. Jandra. This is an incredible present.
it's
This
a bit
is-
delayed, but I wanted to make sure it got here
No,
safe.
no, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, we're gonna put this right behind
You should
me.
just hold it.
I'd like to
hug
thank the
it.
Academy. I'd like to thank Mrs. Jandro.
So happy wedding.
That's awesome. Thank you. I can't. If Brittany's, I don't know if Brittany's watching or not, but Brittany, look what we got.
Aw,
I know exactly what wall I want to put that on.
that's fantastic.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
man.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we don't have a lot of time left, but let's jump into Iron Fist for real quick. First of all, before we get into the teaser that they released on Danny Rand, I want to say Shu Lao might actually be confirmed to be appearing in the series, which I feel is necessary.
Okay.
But it's Netflix, like they've been a little hesitant to do too much mystical stuff.
Do they have the budget for it? Yes, they do because they're Netflix.
I hope so. So this is in an interview with Empire, Finn Jones talking about he says the people in his life after he returns to New York from the mystical city of Kunlun think he's insane because he has met a dragon. And his exact quote is, Danny has to deal with society's reaction. He comes back and says, hey, guess what? I've been in this place called Kunlun for years. I've got this thing called the Iron Fist, and I met a dragon. And everybody's like, what the F are you talking about? You're insane. Oh my God. Now here's the thing. On Shu Lao, they really only have to show him in one episode.
Right.
Like, that's it. You only have to see, like, plunk, pull it out. You know,
Kerplunk.
Just
Kerplunk,
Kerplunk
yeah.
to pull it out.
Yeah.
He's like was it a Keno machine?
yeah. He
That's
puts a
what-
quarter into Shu Lao,
Yeah.
turns the corner,
Like this.
I hope this is the Iron Fist. Wolverine.
But do we see him gather all the Dragon Balls?
Oh, Jesus.
Because
Stop.
he's gonna make his way. I gotta make
Stop.
sure.
Get out.
Dragon.
Get out.
Call the dragon. Iron Fist. Yeah.
Get out. Get out. Okay.
Oh, Steven can't hear you.
What did you say, Steven?
Oh, I just gave him an AO.
Oh, hey-oh.
Hydra Steve gets it. He's a DBZ fan too.
Oh, Hydra Bob. Let's call him Hydra Bob. All right. We're gonna close out the show with this. The Iron Fist featurette that we saw last week. I pulled some images from it. Here's what made me okay. The thing that we've said on our show more than a few times is that we are nervous that we haven't seen Finn Jones fighting too much, and we haven't. And this didn't do that much to mitigate that, but we did see more of Finn Jones fighting, and I almost wonder if Netflix and Marvel were like, people are saying that they're nervous about it, because I've also heard people at Screen Junkies say it. I'm sure
we want to see those moves.
We want to see Finn Jones fighting. We saw
Those
stuff with
moves.
Daredevil. We saw and that's easier to do. It's
And other people were like, yeah, well, he wasn't a fighter either. Like the actor Charlie Cox was not.
Sure.
But they
Right.
showed us him fighting in the trailers. The thing we're concerned about isn't his ability to fight; it's the lack of exposure to the fighting. That's the concern.
Sure, because like going into this, we've heard rumors that Finn Jones was not up to it. Whatever else, I wouldn't be up to it. Like I'm not insulting him. Like
No.
but like it's kind of a
Play an Iron Fist,
very important part of this character. So
Yeah, you think?
you think?
You're right.
Now I will say, in terms of Danny Rand from the comics, Finn Jones fits it perfectly.
Yeah, I like.
He's
He's got the personality for it.
Personality, it's all there. I just really hope that he pulls off the fighting, because that's like that's like, you need that one very key element. But they do show a little bit more fighting in this trailer, or in this like featurette, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So I was it mitigated it by like 8%. I was like, oh well, okay,
There's some.
there's some more, okay. See, yeah, look at that. He's fighting. Or, I mean, it could be dancing, I guess, taken out of context.
Fighting is a dance.
Man, I just laughed into the microphone. Thanks for my key. You just made someone go deaf somewhere.
No problem.
With your jokes. So, real quick, what we discover in this is he's been gone for 15 years, and he comes back extremely naive, believing that he'll just walk in. And everyone will be like, oh my God, Danny Rand, where you been? Is everything okay? You good? Yeah, come back in. Here's your $1 billion company. He like walks in, by all accounts, like, let me look at this. Look at this guy. Man, I want my job back. My dad was the boss. I want him back. And she's like, who are you? I've only worked here for 2 years. I have no idea who you are. So that's what we see there. Then we see Joy and Ward Meacham, who don't believe him. Ward has him thrown out. So the Wards are the two children to Harold no, not the Wards. The Meachams are the two children to Harold Meacham, who killed Danny Rand's parents, and presumably Danny Rand. Somehow he didn't know that a mystical city called Kunlund, it appears every 15, 20 years, was appearing that week. So how could he know? How could he know? I'm just kidding. That's a joke. It's a really bad joke. I'm terrible at sarcasm. Okay. Finn Jones says Danny just wants to do the right thing, but he has this fire with him, and you see he's saying that as he's like on the elevator and he's having a hard time with the guards. He fights them off, goes back in. One of my favorite things that I heard in this was Colleen Wing goes, "Where'd you train?" And he goes, "You can't really get there from here." I was like, "Yeah, come on!" So excited, so excited.
There is no public transportation option.
No, there's not. And I will end it with this, and then turn it over to you guys. Danny has been told his entire life that there's a mythological dark force in the world, and he didn't believe that they were real. Then another very deep voice comes in and goes, "They are very real. They've infested Rand." And then you see the Rand board of directors, and it's like, ooh, who's the evil one? Who's bad?
Yeah,
who's bad? Who's the bad guy?
Yeah, March 17th. Oh.
I know, it's so close. We're like, what is that, 3 weeks?
3 weeks. And we got Logan to tide us over till then.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
This is the longest dry spell we'll have this year on Marvel Movie News.
Yeah. So if we can just power through.
If we can find a way. Life will find a way. We'll just need to get in touch with Goldblum.
I'm so, by the way, before we tangent, this is a tangent. I'm so excited for DC with Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is brilliant.
Batman. I think that's the right choice.
That Affleck tweet was so cute.
I did not know this.
Yeah, Matt Reeves is confirmed for Batman. After not being confirmed, he's now confirmed.
He's reconfirmed.
Tweeted, welcome to the Batcave with a picture of him in the Batcave. So I'm really excited.
Because I know there was that whole petition thing for Zack Snyder and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that was a joke.
It was just like, that was ridiculous.
But also the Nightwing news is fun too.
Yeah,
that's
so
really fun.
Excited.
Yeah. I think
maybe Mel Gibson for Suicide Squad too. He actually talked about it at the Oscars. He actually talked about it.
He did.
So it is more legit than people are led to believe.
No, I know. I totally agree.
I think you're the only person that I know that went and saw Bloodfather.
Oh, I quested to see Bloodfather. I drove an hour and a half to see Bloodfather. I was also the only person watching the Oscars at all of Screen Junkies that was like, Mel Gibson's here. They were like, what's wrong with you? I was like, because he's here.
All right, so skibbity bopping. Do you guys have anything to say to Iron Fist? Does social media have anything? Because we need to get to social media with Markia.
Well, I don't. Nope, nothing here yet.
No?
Take it, Markia.
There's just bits, I'm guessing.
No, do you guys have any more that you want to say about Iron Fist other than we're all excited?
Don't binge watch it. Watch an episode a day. There.
No.
You're a fool. I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, no, can't.
Yeah,
have to have it by the following Tuesday.
Yeah, I think I've got to have it done for like 3 different jobs now. Markia.
Sure. Merry Marvellites. Shout outs. Just shout out to the live chat people because I know heard from Twitter that people were like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be watching it live today. And they were excited to be part of the live chat. So it's like, cool. It's a very positive place.
We try. Yeah. We try to keep it positive.
It's the people in it that make it positive. Then also a birthday shout out to Carleen Van Den Bent at Carleen Evie. wants a birthday shout out from their fave panel. They turned 30 on February 25th.
Ah, happy 30.
Happy
That's awesome.
birthday.
Happy
That's
30th.
Good.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's all the
You made
goodness.
it.
Yeah,
you
next
made
good
it.
one I hear is 40.
I will tell you in 2 years.
I think they're all great.
Yeah. And then also Ruby at RubyChan228. Today's my birthday, though I may not be able to watch it live because it's my birthday.
Well, I'm heartbroken that you wouldn't spend your birthday with us.
For shame.
For shame, Ruby
Happy
Chan.
birthday,
Happy birthday.
Ruby.
I hope that you're having fun, whatever it is that you're doing, and you can catch us later on iTunes or
Yeah, absolutely.
YouTube or whatever, and
We'll
you'll
still
hear.
be here.
You can listen to us tell you happy birthday every day for the rest of your life.
Until the next birthday.
Yep. We will literally wish you happy birthday every single time you play this video or tape. Happy birthday.
Okay, we have some fun questions from Finya Ortiz at F3 Ortiz. Over or under 65% that we get another Howard the Duck cameo at Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Over or under 65%?
I don't think it's going to be Howard the Duck. I think James Gunn will do something. He'll choose another weird, wacky character. I don't think it'll be
Yeah.
Howard the Duck. Personally.
God, I can't even think about who we would choose. I mean, Howard the Duck in that last one was just, I was like, what?
Yeah, that was so out of left field. I can't even.
Squirrel Girl.
Oh man. Can you-
She's not on the same level as Howard the Duck cameo, though.
That's so. Yeah, that is pretty out there.
I mean, if
Yeah.
there's anybody that hasn't seen Howard the Duck movie from like,
Oof.
see it.
We also
my
got
God.
Cosmo. Like Cosmo the
But
Space
Cosmo
Dog was
was
so cool.
kind of-
No, that's what I'm saying. we
No,
already
okay,
had it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
did
yeah.
get
He was already in it.
Cosmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's even weirder than Howard the Duck, arguably.
No, I don't think so.
He's a
think-
Russian space dog with it's all
He's
weird. I
he's
can't
an
argue what's weirder.
anthropomorphic duck from another dimension. Like,
Voiced by Seth
And-
Green. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah,
it's a weird. Yeah, it's a weird one. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Gets it on
It's a
with
weird-
humans. you
Deadpool
know?
the Duck is a weirdly fun comic, by the way.
Is it? I haven't
didn't
read it.
I didn't want to like it, but it's
Deadpool
weirdly
the
well
Duck.
written. Like, it's a weirdly
Okay.
fun comic.
Wow.
So I have some iTunes shoutouts, which I haven't done in quite some time.
Well,
Okay.
she's still got
Oh, I'm
questions.
sorry. I thought you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
I got
Well,
to
I'm
talk about Deadpool the Duck.
gonna say over 65% then to answer the question.
about right.
Howard the Duck. Yeah, from at Mother Joker. Do you think Ego being Quill's dad is a red herring?
No,
No, not at all.
no, I don't think so.
Like that's yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
I
he's his dad.
I really don't think that James Gunn would trade in red herrings either. I think that he is being very legitimate. Like this is the dad. This is. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, a question from at Lefty Twilight, Joshua. So predict the Oscars next year at Wolverine movie or at Guardians 2? Which one's going to get more noms?
Oh man.
Is that like
I
FX,
don't-
score, sound,
I mean,
editing?
the problem is that since we haven't seen it, it's hard
Very
to
different.
say.
too.
It's
Very
tricky to
different
say.
movies.
I do think Wolverine might actually be up for a few things, and everything that I'm hearing about it is that it's legitimately a good film. It's not oh, this is a fun X-Men movie. It's no, this is a film about a guy who's going through some really hard
Yeah.
Yeah.
times.
And it's a swan song, too.
Yeah.
So it's this is going to have some impact.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be Best Picture caliber, and I mean the Academy doesn't typically like genre movies anyway.
Yeah.
But
Except for Lord of the Rings.
except for Lord of the Rings, yeah.
But it's also Return of the King, don't let it.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe this is that.
But can you But can you imagine that Hugh Jackman is up for Best Actor for Wolverine? That would be amazing.
I'm thinking maybe Best Adapted Screenplay for Logan.
man, yeah,
And
that
I'm
would be
thinking
good.
work.
Guardians will probably get Best Makeup and Best Sound Design. If
And
they
maybe
get-
Best Visual Effects.
So
yeah.
those
Maybe
things,
Best
I think
Visual.
tech stuff for Guardians, just because I don't know if the 90-year-old white men that watch the Oscar movies would appreciate Guardians,
Sure.
but they might understand what it's like to be an old man dying in the desert.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's all good. And then you have one more here?
Yeah, a question that, how about we just answer this one on Twitter so we can go to the comments. If you could each have your own X-Men team, who would be on the roster?
man,
which
that's
is a delicious question. Thank
That's
you
it.
for that
yeah.
one.
In fact,
Let's
why don't all the Marvellites answer that?
Yeah, answer that one. Tweet us with that.
How many do you think? 7? That way we have a number.
5. Let's say
I
5.
listen, no,
I-
Five.
yeah,
It's
the
gotta be
4 like
5.
the original OG.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Okay. All right. So for comments, and this is going to be the picture element, Hydra Steve. So for the comments, so coming from Joey Harrison at Joey H 1984. He goes, I'm ready for Thursday, and it's a picture of, he's got a Logan doll, and he has it on top of his movie theater receipts. No, it's a Logan doll, and has it. Yeah,
oh, that's awesome.
Where it's just like he is ready to go, and
that's
I absolutely
awesome.
adore that.
Oh, and his shirt is the adamantium shirt. That's great. Oh, I love that.
Fantastic. And then from Haiku Eli 575 at Comics Guy. So ready and excited for Logan. I changed the logo man at work.
The
so
Lego man.
Lego man at work and
that's
into
awesome.
a logo man. Logan man.
Oh, that's
from
awesome.
Lego to Logan man. And
Good work.
And then
He's got little claws.
one last one from Joey Harrison. This was mentioned on Marvel Movie News a while back, so I hunted it down and bought it. Hashtag nerd problems. It's the Cloak and Dagger action figures.
I had those. I remember
man.
those.
It's like Tandy and Tyrone look good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
Joey
an animated
Harrison.
series, I think.
I am so jealous.
Yeah, gorgeous, dude.
Those are beautiful.
Gorgeous.
What, late 80s, early 90s? What do you... No, the Marvel...
I think it's 94. I think it's the animated series.
yeah.
And I think he said it just cost him like $15.
Ah.
Guys, the limited edition sticker at the bottom right says 1 out of 24,000 pieces made.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
awesome.
Wow, Joey Harrison. Well done, sir.
Nice find, man.
So, yeah. And
All
that's
right.
it.
iTunes, let's do it.
We have time? All right, I'm going to power through these real quick. iTunes back from a while ago. We got a Master E, funny name, Chad Bad, Sonia Banasanya, thank you, J.R. Mills 24601, Joe Hio,
Nice.
Best Hype Man Ever, Scooter Bub, the 8th Koenig brother, and X Smashley. Thank you all very
Nice.
much for your love.
Those
I
are some
love
great
reading
names.
these. Yeah,
Nice.
quality
Yeah, those
iTunes
are good
names.
names, yeah.
It's like superhero names, dude.
Yeah, quality done. So I love reading these. It gives us a little bit more than just 140 characters to shape. Some of them are, constructive criticism. Some of them are just making me blush with love. Both are very important to my ego. Thank you. You guys on Twitter and Instagram always keep my week going. So thank you all
Yeah.
for any medium you contact us in. You guys are all great.
All
Yeah.
right. Do we have anything in the live chat or anything that
I
you
want
need
to
to tell
shout
us
out
about?
Daniel Drew. Thank you for tweeting us at Popcorn Talk. You're awesome. And yes, we have the same shirt. You guys are awesome. Keep tweeting us in your questions. We want to hear from you and get this discussion even more marvelous than it already is.
Marvelous. I
That's
see what you did there. I see what you did. All right. Well, I think that's our show. I think we got to sign off. I'm sorry, guys. I know we can't.
I know.
I know, everybody. Oh, that's right. We need to give out a love.
Give out love?
Bill Paxton?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, Bill Paxton.
Yeah, that was hard. He was only
no.
61, man.
61.
Man, I loved him in Aliens.
I loved him
Yeah.
in everything.
Game over,
Yeah.
man. And like
over.
I hate that. Like when I
No.
heard the news, that was my first thought. I was like, game over, man.
No, but how
But, like-
great is that? That
No,
you
I
had
know, but
something so
that's-
iconic.
no, that's true. That
I
is
think
true.
it's positive. From an actor standpoint, like it's amazing to have a line of dialogue that is so commonplace be associated with one man. I
Yeah.
look at a game when it says game over, I hear Bill Paxton's voice. That is true iconic.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
So I think that. I mean, it's a cliche, coy thing at this point, but I always say to hug and love everyone as much
Yeah.
as you can because you never know when it's over. He was in surgery. He was 61.
Yep.
This wasn't like some
Failed
long-term
heart surgery.
Something
Yep.
just happened.
Yep.
So just, man.
Yeah. What a
Let people know you love them. Just
Yeah.
do it.
terrible loss, man. I mean,
He was the 80s. Like,
He was,
Bill,
yeah.
Bill Paxton's Bill Paxton. He just had a new show. He's doing
Yeah.
that training day. Like, you never know, man.
yeah, that one sucks. That one really sucks. He was in so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a moment of silence for Bill Paxton. We thank all of his work and much love to his friends and family.
Yeah.
And cinema won't be the same without him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, every single thing that I saw about him online was just like, nicest man, charitable, giving, like, took time with every single young upcoming actors. He'd be like, yeah, let's sit down and talk. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Nice.
who you want to be.
And
Like,
the
yeah.
reason I wanted that Alien movie directed by Neil Blomkamp was the idea of him coming back, and then Alien 3 and 4 were going to kind of be negated. They were going to continue his story on. That was like, that's what I want from Alien. That's how important he was. Like,
He
Yeah.
was killed, though.
That's what I mean. They were going to negate Alien 3
negate
and 4.
Alien 3.
Yeah, so it was going to take place
they
after
could do that.
Aliens.
Well, 4.
And that would have been
Yeah.
amazing. But you know but that shows an actor when you're so good that the world wants to bring you back and ignore canon. People love canon, especially
Yeah.
sci-fi. The fact they're like, nah, forget it, cool, bring it back. Like that's an actor.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, sorry to leave you guys on that sad note, but take it as like you said, take it as a encouragement to go hug someone that you maybe haven't hugged in a long time.
Yeah, you never know.
So call your mom and dad, call your kids, tell them you love them. And yeah, we'll see you
Love you,
next
Mom.
week.
I know you're watching.
Yeah, I love the family that's watching me. So I don't know who's watching me. I never know. Anyway, Oliver, where can we find you?
You can find me at Ollie Dreamer on all social media platforms.
Oh, he's got it down.
So it's
Markia?
like suave. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Markia McCarty. It's MarkiaMcCarty, and also on Snapchat as Darth Thin Mints. Darth is Invader, Thin Mints as in Girl Scout cookies, which are on sale now.
Oh,
Yes.
that's not good.
You got a topical screen name. Right now.
I know.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CoyJandreau. And I did some fun Oscar coverage for Screen Junkies. That was, you get to see in real time what 9 film fans in a room look like when that twist happened. So that's a fun
that was
thing.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was watching
It's
parts
like
of it.
M.
Yeah,
Night
it was fun.
Shyamalan twist.
And he tweeted out. He was like, "I wrote the Oscars this year, guys."
Oh yeah, you
Brilliant.
did. I
Brilliant.
like
So
that.
cool.
Well done, M. Night. Well done. My name is Matt Key. You can find me at the Matt Key. I'm on Screen Junkies. Like I said, I'll be on there tonight, and I think I'll be over there again Friday. But I write for them in the mornings, and then I also have my Wednesday club comic book show with Taliesin and Amy over at Geek and Sundry tomorrow. So find me in those places, and we'll see you Marvellites next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.